All right, welcome to the second last lesson of Workplace and Apprenticeship 30, which is continuing to look into owning and operating a small business. And you can see here there are a number of definitions on this page that you're going to want to write down. And really the definitions come up in the questions and the information that you're going to need to do this unit. So for instance, a question that you might see is having a list of items. Being able to determine, is that an expense? Is that something that the business has to pay for? Or is it money coming in? Is it revenue? And the other thing that you're going to want to look at is the expense or the revenue fixed? Is it going to be the same every month or every year? Or is that going to change every month or every year? And so that's the difference between fixed and variable. You're also going to look at factors that are going to affect how a business does. And this is an example of a fruit smoothie truck that runs 7 days a week, year-round, from 9 to 9, and has 3 staff members and is currently struggling. What things would affect the business? Well, where the business is located. These hours, is it worthwhile having it open that often? Should you be open all year? Where do you advertise? Is 3 people too many to be employing? And where are you buying your ingredients? Are you buying them at a wholesaler? Are you buying them at the Safeway or what? And what about the things that you use to hold the product in the yogurt? And what other items might help your menu to make it more appealing to other people? Lots of factors that affect business. You're also going to have to do some calculations. So this is another home business or another business here. And this is an art person or a person who does Inuit art and also sells other prints from other artists. And the average sales are 90 items per month. And each print is $27.58. And the costs are $1,200 a month. So does she break even? You got to figure out, well, if I take 90 pieces a month times $27.58, which would be your input, your revenue, and your costs are $1,200, do you break even or do you make money? And well, what if the charge goes up? What if we increase it to $50 per print instead of $27.58? Would you still have to sell 90 or could you sell less? How many less could you sell and still break even every month? Or what if you wanted to make 25% above $1,200 a month? What would you then have to charge, assuming that you're still going to sell 90 per month? And these are all questions that you can answer, and if you can't, then make sure you ask when you get to those questions. There's also an activity on pages 292 and 293 that I'm going to expect you to do and then add them to your portfolio. And it is comparing expenses and profits, and that's regarding repair and maintenance services in Alberta. And I would like for you, either by yourself, if you're ahead of everybody, or with somebody else, review the data and answering the questions. And then you're going to add that to your portfolio. So that's basically it. There are just questions that you need to practice, and you know how to do that. And make sure that when you run into difficulty that you ask about it rather than leaving well enough alone. That's it. Lovely.